This seems like quite a complicated question, but if you break it down into steps, it's much, much simpler. We need to find out, first of all, what the area scale factor is. Now, it's important that you realise that there's a linear scale factor, an area scale factor, and a volume scale factor. To work out the area scale factor, I'm going to get the 1731, which is the new size, and divide it by the old size, which is 2328. So I'm going to get my calculator, and 1731 divided by 2328. And when I do that, I get a horrible decimal. Now you can write it as the fraction that turns up, which is 577 over 776. We can write it as decimal, but keep it in your calculator, because the next step is to work out what the linear scale factor is. Now, there's no linear involved in this, but we need the linear one to then find out what the volume scale factor is. Now, to find a linear scale factor from an area scale factor, all you need to do is square root it. So I'm going to square root 577 over 776, or I've just kept it in my calculator. So what I'm going to do is press the square root button and then just answer, which is at the bottom of the calculator, bottom of the Casio calculators. Press equals, and it now gives me a decimal of 0.8622, blah blah blah. And when I do the little dashes at the bottom there, I'm showing the examiner that I'm going to keep it in my calculator. I'm not going to round it. Right, so we need to work out the volume scale factor. Now, to find the volume scale factor from the linear scale factor, you just cube it. So I'm going to show the examiner that I'm going to keep it in my calculator, but I'm going to cube it. So what I'm going to do is just press the X with a little square button, and then 3, or just press the X cubed button. Let's have a look, and that's going to be 0.6411, and again I'm going to keep it in my calculator, because the last step is to find out what the new grams is. Now, the reason we need the volume scale factor is grams is a three-dimensional thing, okay? So it's going to be involved in the volume. Yes, with volume normally it's centimeters cubed, but grams works the same way as centimeters cubed. So to work out the new weight, I'm just going to get 319, and I'm going to times it by that 0.641 blah 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 blah. So on my calculator I'm just going to times it by 319, and I get the answer of 204.5322 blah blah blah. It says it wants its two decimal places, so 204.53 is going to be my answer.